Hello, welcome back to Soul, and happy last episode of the year. This is us wrapping up 2024, so I'm really grateful that you're still making time to be here with me. And if you're listening to this in the new year, well, congratulations, you made it. And we can still use this time for the new year as well. Today, we're going to be doing a lot of self-reflection, but before we jump into it, I do want us to take a moment just to reflect back on the year. Be grateful for everything that happened. Be grateful of all the good and the bad, the fact that we are alive, we still have so much love in our hearts. And please, I just want you to take a moment to remember those who don't necessarily have that, be it lacking love, be it people who commit injustices because they don't necessarily have the capacity for love and kindness. And just to, keep a thought for those people who, are essentially lacking what would allow them to be their best selves and therefore avoid causing injustice and bad to the world and innocence out there. And we flip it around and also think about everyone who is currently in a state of injustice, in a state of poverty, inequality. As someone with a sociology background, these things are really close to my heart. Please take a moment to reflect on how your life is unfolding. Take a moment for gratitude, but always, always spare a thought, spare any kind of help that you can for those that are facing injustice, but also those who are committing it because, they definitely need the love and kindness that they're lacking. Now, with that, as the year comes to a close, today we're going to do a little bit of self-reflection. And this is a good pause to allow us to look back, to celebrate our growth, and of course, to set intentions for next year. So reflection isn't really just about evaluating what happened, but it's about recognizing who you've become and from here, where we want to go to keep growing. So let's go through a list of things that I've put together that are prompts that can guide us for our self-reflection. Now, ideally, you can do this with a journal and a pen. You can do this on your notes app. If you're driving currently or walking, please do not do it just because, look both ways when you're crossing the street. If you're driving, focus on just that. God, I really hope you're not flying a plane. But feel free to return back and we can do this together. Number 1, a challenge that you faced. I'd like you to think about a challenge you encountered this year. It might have been at work, at school, in a relationship, something personal. Reflect on how it tested you and what you learned from it. Next, I'd like you to think about something that you overcame, a moment of triumph. It was maybe something big and bold, maybe it was a quiet victory, even getting out of bed on a hard day. Let's celebrate that moment. Now I'd like us to shift to gratitude. Think of 3 things, big or small, that you're grateful for this year. It could be a person, an experience, or even the simplest thing like a good book or a sunny morning. Next, what I'd like us to do is take a moment to think of something we'd like to work on, one area of your life where you'd like to improve. That's something that you're taking in the new year. So it could be your health, your relationship, your mindset, maybe even taking more risks. What is one consistent step that you can also take toward that growth? Another thing I'd like us to think about is something to keep. One thing from this year that is either a mental or an emotional piece of growth, right? Whatever you want to call it, that you want to bring into the new year. It could also be a habit, maybe even a friendship, or just a new perspective that you've gained. And next, I want us to look ahead. Think of something new. What's one thing you'd like to introduce into your life? It could be a hobby, a relationship, an adventure, a new fitness class. It could be a language you're looking to learn. Think of that one thing and think of one bold step that you can take to make it happen. And finally, and to wrap it up, let's create a mantra or an affirmation for the new year. Now, this just needs to be very simple, but something that resonates with your goals and the growth that you have intended for this coming year. It could be something like, I deserve joy and will create it intentionally, or I am attracting my dream partner, or I am committed to being my healthiest, best self. What words will guide you into this new chapter? Now take a deep breath, let it out, and honor this moment of reflection. The past year shaped you in ways that maybe you don't actually see just yet, but the new year holds endless possibilities. Now, wherever you're going, take the lessons, take the love, move forward with intention. Here's to you and a beautiful journey ahead. As always, step by step, day by day. Happy New Year, and I will see you next week on Soul.